Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and today I've got a surprise for my wife. But my wife, I think I've said this before on the channel, my wife does not listen to my channel. And I don't think any of her friends listen to this channel, but I thought it'd be an interesting experiment to float out that I do have a surprise. Now, if you are one of her friends, don't tell her anyway, but after the fact, you can tell me that you heard about the surprise before I did it. So, in other words, all these thousands of people are finding out about the surprise. They're not finding out what it is, but they're finding out there is one before the thing. Now, I checked in, Link2 is one of my sponsors. You know that Uphold and Ripple partnered last week. So I decided I would go out and I would get an update from Nick Burafato at Link2. I've got Nick Burafato from Link2 on the line. He's going to give us an update as to what's going on at Link2. Last week we had the Ripple and Uphold partnership. So let's see what Nick has to say.
Well, good morning, DA. Thanks for having me on. Yeah,
yes, sir.
Ripple has continued to be a huge seller on the platform, and we're running low again on Ripple right now. Also, Uphold has been incredibly popular. We have had massive investments in Uphold. A lot of new interest in Uphold from investors that hadn't taken any positions before. And everybody wants to talk about, the partnership, what it means, and also all the things that Uphold is doing. I think their vault is coming somewhere down the line pretty soon. Have you heard when it's going to be launched?
I don't know any specifics on that, but I know I've seen some tweets going around.
Yeah. So I think people are talking about that. So there's a lot of excitement around Uphold, continued interest in Ripple, and obviously a lot of the other assets on our platform. So I would tell any of your listeners, if you've been wanting to invest in Ripple or Uphold or any of the other assets on our platform, please come visit us at link2.com. If you're an existing investor, and you want to increase your positions, come on over. We'd love to have you.
All right. I've got Nick Burafato. Okay, so that was the update on that. The links in the top of the description. They are a sponsor. Now, check this out. This is from Chad's Steingraber. Something is going to break. The Fed has lost control. They have no idea what to do to stop it. Listen to his predictions. 4 to 5 weeks.
We are in completely uncharted territory. Things are going to get worse next week because of the fact that the Fed is totally out of control and they don't know what to do next. So you are absolutely correct. I think unintended consequences are going to happen. I've been saying that on your show for quite some time. Whether it be a huge bank failure, whether it should be pension funds losing a lot of money, commercial real estate suddenly worsening, or a CLO, commercial loan market, and levered obligations having difficulty, somewhere things are going to break. And rather than expecting 3 to 6 months, I'm going to say within the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh, man. Everything is such a mess. But look what's not a mess this morning. We've got an XRP that is surging this morning. We're at 57 cents, almost to 58 cents. And people are calling for a 60 cent, which we probably don't care about. But 60 cents is a start towards 5%, where Crypto Bull will be selling. He's calling for, we could go as high as $220. Says these XRP charts are theories based on past performance. I will start selling some XRP after $5. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Okay, and then we have this. Remember, they were saying that the White House executive order on AI, the Forbes article, I couldn't quite tell if they were saying it was going to be positive or negative for for crypto, but they specifically named XRP as being one of them. There's some talk about the AI executive order from, the government's media outlet, CNBC.
News just in the last hour, the White House releasing details of a new executive order that would direct federal agencies to regulate as well as shape the growth of artificial intelligence. Eamon Javers joins us now. More, if they got up, I guess you had to get up, Eamon.
That's right. No way around it, Joe. Good morning. This is an extraordinarily wide-ranging executive order. It's directing just about every federal agency to regulate and, as you say, shape the growth of AI in an effort to protect the public, the economy, and national security. Now, President Biden's power is limited here to the executive branch with this executive order, but with Congress unlikely to be able to produce new laws around this until next year, if at all, this is likely to be the most aggressive piece of American regulation over this fast-growing new industry for some time to come. Among the safety measures here, Biden will require developers of the most powerful AI systems to share their safety test results with the U.S. government. The National Institute of Standards and Technology will set, quote, rigorous standards for extensive red team testing to ensure safety before public release of any AI products. And agencies that do biotech projects will be required to develop strong new standards for biological synthesis screening.
They'll have to make sure they run it through the corrupt government organizations so that they can make sure and make money on all these things.
To limit deep fakes and misinformation, the Department of Commerce will develop guidance for content authentication and watermarking to clearly label AI-generated content. And to prevent AI-fueled leaps in cyber attacks, the administration says it will use AI tools to develop fixes for vulnerabilities in critical software. There's also an effort here to stop unintentional AI-based discrimination. The order is going to provide guidance to landlords, federal benefits programs, and federal contractors to keep AI algorithms from being used to worsen discrimination. And the Department of Justice and federal civil rights offices will train on how to investigate and prosecute civil rights violations that are related to AI. And in a nod to concerns that AI could be on the brink of eliminating millions of jobs, Biden is directing his administration to write a report on AI's potential labor market impacts and study and identify options for strengthening federal support for workers who face labor disruptions from AI. So there's a lot going on here, Joe. Back over to you.
Let me translate what CNBC just told you into the truth that we all live in. What they just did is they passed an AI executive order so that's for the purpose of enhancing how AI can enhance their ability to be corrupt, because that's what this will be used for. That is what that executive order is about. And if you don't believe me, just watch what happens to Sam Bankman-Fried, because Sam Bankman-Fried, one way or another, this guy is going to, they may even make it look good at first, but I believe that this guy somehow, some way is going to not pay the way you and I would pay if we had done what he did.
Welcome back to Squawk Box. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried back on the stand today in his criminal fraud trial. He's accused of siphoning $8 billion in customer funds from his crypto exchange, FTX, and has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Kay Rooney has been inside the courthouse and brings us the latest. What's going on?
Hey, guys. Good to see you. So Sam Bankman-Fried's defense team will kick things off today with more direct questioning this morning. Then we're likely going to get the government cross-examination this afternoon. So far, his lawyers have tried to portray this image of a startup that grew too quickly while arguing that the founder was acting in good faith and didn't have criminal intent. That is key. He testified about mistakes over at FTX, acknowledging that, quote, a lot of people got hurt in the collapse of the crypto exchange. Bankman-Fried saying that his biggest mistake was not controlling risk with no CFO and no risk management team. But SBF, as he's also known, claimed he didn't commit fraud or have criminal intent. He's tried to shift the blame to some other executives, saying that he was too busy to keep tabs on the hedge fund that he owned 90% of, too busy to even get a haircut, he said at one point. He did not have the time or energy for a relationship with Caroline Ellison either. That is his former girlfriend and the CEO of the hedge fund I mentioned. She's among his inner circle who's already testified against him. He also said that he saw no reason why he couldn't use the funds from his hedge fund to pay for things like celebrity endorsements, real estate, or venture investments. Prosecutors say that those funds actually came from FTX customers, guys.
To this day, nobody really knows where Sam Bankman-Fried got all those billions of dollars. We talk about where we think he got them in the member group at daixrp.com, but today that's not what we're talking about. Today in the member group, we're talking about one of the most interesting characters in all of this crypto drama, and that's John McAfee. I have my own theories about this guy and some of the stuff that I've never been able to talk about. That's what we're talking about in there. We're also going to be doing our here this week. We're going to be doing a proper Zoom party for members of the group. We're going to be online, just getting together, more or less. All right, going off into the group. Thanks for listening. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that today in daixrp.com, we are talking about John McAfee and what exactly did he know? The mystery of John McAfee is fascinating to me. And also, just a reminder, later this week, Brad Combs and I are going to be doing a private Zoom party, whatever you want to call it, inside of the member groups. So join up and you can join that. Thanks for listening.